There are some movies we thought were good, but not quite good enough to make our list. We call these our honorable mentions. We ask you to come with us as we walk through a few movies that we loved but didn't quite want to rank. One takes one of the funniest men in America and turns him into an action star. The other had us wearing African medallions and putting our fist up in the air. Join us next as we talk about these two great honorable mention movies.
Yeah, TV talk with the sisters. Oh, TV talk. TV talk with the sisters. TV talk with the sisters. What they have to say. What they have to say. TV talk with the sisters. TV talk with the sisters.
Welcome to TV Talk with the Sisters. I'm Karen,
And I'm Regina.
and we are here to talk TV. Today, we're going to talk about our honorable mention movies. And we just thought we needed to bring these movies up because you know what? They need to be mentioned. It's just that we don't know if they actually are going to make our list.
Yeah, listen, making the list of the best African American movies ever, question mark, has been hard because there's been so many through so many different eras and decades, but there were some who we were on the fence about. So we wanted to present them to you as an honorable mention.
Yep. And one of the first ones is Beverly Hills Cop, the
Man,
original one. Yes.
man.
It was 1984. I remember I was fresh out of high school and Eddie Murphy was king.
Man.
The producers took this funny man and made him an action hero.
Man, listen. I mean, our contact with Eddie Murphy was Saturday Night Live, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he was hilarious on Saturday Night Live. Everything he did, from trying to be James Brown to being Buckwheat to Mr. Rogers. I mean, he was just funny. And then comes Beverly Hills Cop, and you're like, wait a minute, what?
I know, right?
What? He's like an action hero too? Oh, girl. Oh, girl.
Look, they're trying to make Eddie 60. Ooh.
Girl. And he was still funny. He was
He
still funny in
was.
Beverly Hills Cop.
He was.
But he was, Beverly Hills Cop was awesome. It
Yeah.
was good.
Okay, because think about it. Back in the day, and even Eddie says it too. Back in the day, we didn't have nobody who was like this. He
No.
plays the detective. The character's name is Axel Foley. He's a police in Detroit. So you know what? They give him this they give him this realistic kind of background where folks be like, "Oh, you're a police detective from Detroit." And you know, he's mostly like a regular guy who just wants justice for stuff. And then you put him in this Beverly Hills thing with these two, Beverly Hills cops, and it is just hilarious.
It really is. It really, really is. It's kind of like the fish out of water, him coming from Detroit, running to Beverly Hills to like avenge his friend's murder and all the funny stuff that happens. But he did a really good job
He did. He
in this
very did.
movie.
And the director does a really good job of showing the contrast between Detroit and Beverly Hills. You know,
Yeah.
you get to see the snow and the grime and the cold of Detroit versus the posh and the flair of Beverly Hills. And
Yes.
so, the other thing that's really wild, the music. The music was absolutely just off the chain. You had the
Yeah.
Pointer Sisters and Patti LaBelle and Shalimar and Vanity Six, and
Yeah.
that soundtrack kicked it the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. It did. It did. That 80s music was there. And I love that. I love that Eddie's big movie had all these soul artists in them singing, you know. And I don't know. I thought it was good. I really did. I don't know if it would totally qualify as one of the best African American movies ever because I mean, Eddie was pretty much the only black person main character in
Right,
it.
right. I mean, people had little, solos like Damon Wayans. This was one of his first roles and stuff like
Okay.
that in movies. And so there were some folks who got chance. They waved and
Yes.
went on about their
Yes.
business and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, and so
So
yeah,
that's the only drawback I would have is that it was just Eddie was the main character, but most of the characters around him was white. But he did such a good job, and I think it was groundbreaking because we loved Eddie so much, and to see
okay,
him on the big screen and to be this action figure, like he wasn't this Shaft, this sex appeal kind
no,
of guy. He was the funny guy
yeah,
who's doing all these stunts and doing all this stuff and saving justice and all of that. So
no, he
I
was
just
doing
thought
the
it
right
was so
thing.
good for us. Yeah.
Yes, it was totally agree. And now the second movie who we put on our list, this was a life changing movie. This made
Yes.
us start seeing the world a little bit different. And the second movie with the honorable mention is Do the Right Thing.
Man.
And this is Spike Lee directed this, and it was 1989. It was 2 hours, and of course, it starred Danny Leo, Ozzie Davis, Ruby Dee, girl, one of my favorites, Giancarlo Esposito, Robin Harris, Samuel L. Jackson, Rosie Perez. Whoop whoop. Let me tell you, that movie right there.
That movie, let's see, when did it come out? 89
Yep, yep.
in college. I think that was during the time we were trying to get places to divest from South Africa, if I
Could be,
remember.
could be. And
And
no, go ahead.
and it was just this whole feeling of African pride I remember in college. And then to have Do the Right Thing come out, which was about one hot day in Harlem that turned into, I guess, like a kind of race riot with tensions in
Well, the neighborhood was more in Brooklyn than Harlem.
Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so funny because they just celebrated 35th anniversary of shooting that movie there. And I mean, they
Okay.
had a crowd in they filled up the streets
Yeah.
celebrating that. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Cause I mean, it was like when you have a mix of races in a neighborhood, because there was like a Latino kind of mix in the neighborhood and black people in
And
the neighborhood
Italian.
and Italians in the neighborhood, and everybody's trying to live together and not let things go too far. Kind of like a microcosm of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just, I loved it. Like I said, I was like wearing African medallions and
Mm-hmm.
doing Do the Right Thing. And I mean, it was just one of those Spike Lee movies that just kind of woke you up and opened your eyes and brought about thoughtful conversation about race relations and things like that. So it was good.
It
It was
did.
good.
It did. I think it did the thing he wanted to do. It started conversations with people all around the country because I know we was all talking about it.
Yes.
He had us all talking about it. Everybody's talking, and the characters just, I mean, like lived on. Radio Raheem. Oh, I
Radio
was thinking some of them
Raheem.
characters probably couldn't even break out of those. It's like you played that for what 2 hours in a movie when and people won't ever let you stop being Radio Raheem.
Listen, now don't tell me we don't still call Spike Lee Mookie.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it was one of those. So I think it was a very important movie. And some people could say that it's one of the best of all times. And I can
They
see
could.
that.
They could.
But I just, like I said, it was very thought provoking. And I love the mix of races and ethnicities in the movie that made you think about how we have to live together on this planet
Yes.
and try to get along and not allow our emotions or our preconceived ideas about people take us too far.
Right. Right. Um. And this movie was a jumping off point for some people like John Turturno.
Yes.
Um. Man, it was like wow. But again, this is a movie I do like. I'm gonna say I'm all in on it
Oh
because, like I
yeah.
say, totally changed. I mean, movies begin to look a whole lot different because you could say some stuff. You know, after Spike started saying it on movies, you like, oh yeah, we could say this now.
Yeah.
Call
Yeah.
people racist out and out now.
Yeah, he did. And the music was amazing. The hip hop. Oh,
It was.
the music was just amazing. Spike just mixed. He just took a big old bowl and he mixed it all together,
He
everything.
did.
And
He
it was so
did.
good. So yeah, really, really like Do the Right Thing.
Yep. And so again, we want to thank you guys for listening to our podcast. And if you want to give us some feedback, you can reach out to us on social media and let us know what you think. I mean, do you think that Do the Right Thing is should be on this list? Maybe it needs to be higher on the list, or is honorable mention okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Do we need to knock something off the list and add this movie? Let us know. And if you haven't seen Do the Right Thing, you need to go watch it. That also was a very important movie during that time,
It
especially
was.
for young Black people. Because I was in college and it was just eye opening. So
It was.
go and watch it. Tell us what you think. And thank you as always for listening.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
TV Talk is produced by Karen J. Anderson, music by Karen's friend Dave, and Regina Anderson just shows up to talk.